AIADMK Chief Jayalalithaa finally walked out of Bangalore Central Jail after being housed there for 21 days. Those are live visuals that we are getting to you on your screens at this point in time from Bangalore. These are visuals that are coming in from Bangalore Airport, where Jayalalitha's cavalcade has just reached. Well, hours after Karnataka Special Court's order and a payment of surety amount of ₹1 crore, Jayalalithaa was released from the prison. In her cavalcade, she has in fact now reached the Bangalore airport, from where she will take a chartered plane to Chennai. Those are live visuals that we are getting to you on your screens from outside the Bangalore airport, where Jayalalithaa has in fact reached. Her cavalcade has just reached outside the Bangalore airport, from where she will be boarding a chartered plane that will take her to Chennai. Hundreds of AIADMK supporters have in fact also reached the Bangalore airport to welcome Jayalalithaa, and of course a grand welcome has been planned in Chennai. We are being given to understand that the AIADMK cadre is going to make a human chain from the Chennai airport all the way up to Jayalalitha's Post Garden residence. Hundreds of AIADMK supporters have gathered outside the Bangalore and Chennai airports to receive their leader. These are visuals that we are getting to you from outside the Bangalore airport, where Jayalalitha's cavalcade has just reached. Jayalalithaa, remember, walking out of the Bangalore Central Jail after 21 long days. Suman Raman, a senior political analyst, is joining me on the phone line. Thank you so much for speaking to Headlines today. While bail is no doubt, a matter of great relief for the former Chief Minister, but this is just one step, because Jayalalitha's legal battle is far from over.
Absolutely, and I think everybody realizes that. I think she knows very clearly that this is just an interim step in this whole legal battle that she has to go through, and accordingly, I mean, I'm very, very sure that they will comply with the orders of the Honorable Supreme Court and submit the appeal papers by December the 18th as desired. So, I mean, I think everybody is aware. In fact, the public are aware, the AIADMK cadre are aware that this is just this is just one step in the long legal battle that lies ahead.
Right, this is just one step, in the long legal battle that lies ahead. But as Jayalalithaa walks out of prison, we've seen protests turn into celebration. We've seen supporters, gather outside the Chennai airport, supporters outside Jayalalitha's residence. Do you think that, the sympathy factor would perhaps work in Jayalalitha's favor? Or do you think the electorate of Tamil Nadu is now, evolved to a stage where they're not going to forgive and forget a corrupted, tainted leader?
No, I think there is a huge amount of sympathy, and I think people have underestimated the fervor with which people have protested and now are celebrating the release on bail. To say that all of this is just AIADMK cadre, I don't think it is. Maybe the people you see on the streets and in front of the camera celebrating could be AIADMK cadre, but across the state there is a general feeling of sympathy. And I think there's also a sense of relief now that she's out on bail, also for the fact that government could get back to normalcy. So
that's a very interesting point that you have in fact raised, that this is not just the AIADMK cadre, but perhaps the fervor with which the people in Tamil Nadu are celebrating, the release of their leader is in fact underestimated, and there is a huge sympathy factor. I'd also like to, bring you in on the point that the administration in Tamil Nadu over the past 3 weeks seems completely paralyzed, given the fact that Jayalalithaa is now, returning back home. She will be the de facto leader of the AIADMK again. Do you think that normalcy can, perhaps be restored once again in Tamil Nadu? The administration will be back in full force and back to work?
Yeah, first of all, I don't agree that the administration was completely paralyzed for 3 weeks. The first 4 or 5 days, they were in shock. I mean, there's no doubt about it that, they were all shocked by what had happened between 27th and, maybe the early part of the first week of October. But after that, I think they got back to at least doing their regular routine reviews and doing their, day-to-day administration was going on. Yes, there were no big ticket policy announcements which were made, but that was understandable, because they wouldn't do that without getting Jayalalitha's, clear guidance and directions on those. But so the administration was not completely paralyzed, as you put it. Yes, the first 4-5 days they were in shock, but after that I think they started doing routine administrative matters were being taken up. The second part is, yes, I think by and large the people of the state expect her again to to guide her party's government in terms of what they need to do and help them make the right decisions. So I think the people of the state are clearly in favor of that, and I guess that is how we will see things pan out over the next 4-5 months.
Currently, Jayalalithaa can only be expected to take on an advisory role for the AIADMK government because she can only resume public office once there is a reversal of her conviction in the Karnataka High Court. Do you see that happening? What is the kind of time frame that you would perhaps give Jayalalithaa at this point in time? You know, how much time do you think it's going to take her to fight all her legal battles and perhaps, if at all she is exonerated at the end, to come back to the Chief Minister's chair?
Look, we now have an immediate time frame in terms of 2 months to file the appeal papers, and then the Honorable Supreme Court has said that they would request the Karnataka High Court to complete take a decision on the appeal within the next 3 months. So we now have a time frame of 5 months. 5 to 6 months is my guess. But I believe that, you know, if she is exonerated at the end of 6 months, then she could well be back in charge. But then it all depends on the decision taken by the Karnataka High Court on her appeal.
Well, absolutely. A lot will depend on what happens on December the 18th in the Supreme Court. And of course, Jayalalitha's quick return to public office would not be through a stay in the conviction, but there would have to be a reversal of her conviction on appeal in the Karnataka High Court, which had in fact convicted her in the first place. Thank you so much for joining us here on Headlines today. I'd like to go back to my colleague Shrisha Reddy, who is in fact joining us live from Poise Garden at this point in time. Shrisha, you know, a grand welcome has been planned for Jayalalithaa in Chennai. Reports are in fact coming in that there is a human chain that is going to be in place from the Chennai airport to Poise Garden. Take us through what's happening.
Well, exactly, Rishika. This is the time that people have been waiting for. We did see a lot of AIADMK cadres who have travelled from different districts of Tamil Nadu to Chennai today, just to have a glimpse of their leader who has been in the prison for the last 21 days. So this is something that people have been waiting for this moment. In fact, I must say, if I can ask my camera person to pan in and show you a very dramatic scene right outside Jayalalitha's residence, with people holding placards with umbrellas standing, and there have been like heavy security and the police have been deployed in various occasions to avoid any sort of untoward incidents. As it's raining, roads have been, lots of roads and waters have been clogged in different districts in Tamil Nadu and also in Chennai, especially at the time of Jayalalithaa is coming. But still, it didn't seem to have dampened the spirits of these people who have been celebrating in the rain, you know, if I can tell you. And also people at this point in time celebrating it as a victory of the AIADMK and for Jayalalithaa.
Well, absolutely. The rain definitely, Shrisha, not playing dampener to celebrations at Poise Garden. Stay on with us. Rohini Swami is also joining me live from Bangalore. Rohini, as Jayalalithaa walked out of the Bangalore Central Prison there, what were the scenes outside? There was a huge cavalcade. We understand there were a lot of ministers who came to receive her. We understand that the Chief Minister is in fact at the Bangalore airport. Take us through what's exactly happening in Bangalore.
Well, we did see a lot of MLAs and ministers of the AIADMK who had come here much earlier. They've been here for the last 48 hours. The Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, O. Selvam, had come in the morning along with Mr. Thambidurai, who's the Deputy Speaker of Lok Sabha. They entered in the morning itself. They were waiting for her release. Also around the area near jail, there were prohibitory orders. So not many followers could actually stand there. But yes, there were a lot of them who have already been coming into Bangalore for the last 48 hours. In terms, if I can describe the scene to you, it was very clear that the supporters were very thrilled. They were dancing, they were distributing sweets. They could not burst firecrackers because the police had made it very clear to them they cannot have that kind of celebrations. When her cavalcade came out, she still enjoys that security. So we could see her and her body language, that is Jayalalitha's body language. She had a smile on her face, relieved that she looked, but the rest of them, her 3 other associates, they did not look as happy as she did. But the simple reason is that they have been in jail for 22 days. Finally now, the ADMK followers who are also watching and waiting for her arrival, they were absolutely thrilled at that time, and after which she head directly to HL airport, which is
absolutely, that smile on Jayalalitha's face as she walked out of the Bangalore Central prison pretty much says it all, Rohini Swami. And as Srisha has been pointing out, it appears that it is early Diwali in Tamil Nadu after Jayalalitha has in fact been released. We're going to continue to track developments on this story, bring you live ground reports from Chennai as Jayalalitha finally makes her way back home. We'll continue to track developments on this story.